Yeah, I definitely think I have a lot more like public facing responsibilities now, if that makes sense. Like going out and meeting people and
Being on
doing
being
being on podcasts and like doing these kinds of things. It's a very different world from, being the kind of behind the scenes person. Because there it's like I'm at a coffee shop or like at my house and I'm just like writing and I'm on my own. So it's definitely made me branch out a little bit when it comes to connecting with people. And it's given me a deeper appreciation for videos and like being able to do that kind of storytelling because I love it too. Like, I'm not here to say like writing is the best, like screw videos or anything like that, because I love doing the videos as well. But it definitely was like a bit of a shift, mostly just in actually how I show up for my job.
okay.
Were you a part of the transition to do videos? Were you pushing towards that? Or was it something
Yeah.
you stumbled into? What was...
I feel like I've stumbled into everything. Like that is my
That's a
story. Is I've
vibe.
just literally like fallen into absolutely everything that I do, the podcast included,
I love that.
honestly. But yeah, I think that I might have been the person to bring it up actually because I was at the time like the youngest, most kind of social media savvy person on our team. And I did see like that we could, be doing stuff with that. And I actually really enjoy video editing as well. So I did kind of make a push for that. And we started like a video blog on our website. But yeah, it was me and Rex together always. And I do think in the beginning, we were just trying to figure it out. We were like, is this of any value? Like, these are getting 1, 2 views, But we had a lot to learn, I think,
Yeah.
too. So our first videos were not something I think I would.
Why why did you continue to push forward?
Yeah,
If you were only getting 1, 2 views,
what was
Yeah.
the moment where you're like, oh, I love this. I want people to
Mm.
see this.
I don't know if there was one moment in particular, honestly, but it just started becoming really fun. Like, especially with me and Rex, like we did all of it together, and it's just a fun thing to kind of do. Like, we get to go out and make these like silly videos because a lot of them were very silly and just us like talking to the camera, and there would be bloopers, and it was just like a lot of fun to do. And again, it was very much like outside of my comfort zone and just out there in like the real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I mean, a lot of with video and interviews, podcasts, all that sort of stuff, a lot of it is really just distribution. Because if you take a video and you just upload it to YouTube as
Yeah.
a whole and you get a few views, like, but then you have to look at it and where else are you putting it? You know, if
Yeah.
you take that long form video and you put it on Instagram, X, Facebook, LinkedIn, like, well, you've already multiplied it by 5 on how
Yeah.
many views you get. And then if you
Yeah.
cut shorts together, which is like I love that, like, and put it out there in so many small sections, then it's amplified, like, insanely amplified. You know what I
No,
mean?
yeah, you're so right.
And then getting that message across, it becomes so much more exciting because you see the opportunity.
Yeah, that's a good point too, actually, because I think with like videos, you can show other people's voices, and with writing, like it's my voice. It's hard to write for other people and kind of tell their stories in that way, where with videos they can just tell it themselves, and like whoever is watching gets like a deeper insight into who they really are. But yeah, I don't know if there was like, I can't remember if there was like one video that started getting views, or I don't remember, but I think, over time, like we did start getting more views and people would comment or like things. And that's always like, oh my gosh, this is something's happening. So we, yeah, just kind of kept up with it. We saw no reason to stop. So we kept going. And then
Awesome.
you guys came in and definitely have helped us take it to the next level because it's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not easy to do alone.
Yeah, no, definitely not.
I struggle with it, and I'll be working on an idea and I get to the point where I'm like, I just need to talk to someone. Like, I need to talk to Kevin about
Yeah.
this, or like I'll run it by someone who's so out of the know just to get a perspective
Yeah.
switch on everything.
For sure.
Client relations and meeting people and working that into digital marketing. Do you do a lot of like collab posts on social media, or like do you have other people that you've interviewed or like post some of the content?
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I think social media is my biggest weakness as a producer. It is the hardest part of producing the podcast to me, and that's because like it is just it's not inherently natural for me to like want to be on social media, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to act all high and mighty, but I do kind of try to stay off of it in my personal life, because like it's not great for me. Like I think it can be really overwhelming.
It's a lot for your mental space.
Yeah, it's a very fast-paced world. It reminds me of the cybersecurity industry in that way, and I'm a slower-paced kind of gal. So it can be a struggle for me to like keep up with all of the algorithm things and the trends and like all of that. And there is so much communication that's happening, you know, and there is so much opportunity for collabing with people and doing those things. And like, no, to answer your question, like I haven't really done collabs or like partnered with people on social media. I do like there are a couple of people that, you know, will talk and support each other's posts and those kinds of things. But I hate to say it, but social media sometimes like falls on the back burner for me because it is to me the most challenging thing. Like it just takes a lot out of me, I think, to really be in that world and like engaging. But it is something that I want to grow because, you know, we put a lot of work into the podcast and we talk to these amazing people and hear these stories and have these magical conversations. And like, I want people to be exposed to it and to hear it and, you know, to have the chance to learn and be inspired. So it is something that I'm hoping to like get a little bit more into, but it's kind of hard finding like the balance, you know?
I'm amazed by how much success you've had not doing a lot on social media, because I mean you've done, how many podcasts have you produced? Hundreds at this point?
No, definitely not. I think I'm on like
20.
Yeah,
I don't know, it feels like you've done so much.
if we're
You've
counting no password though, like it's definitely more because I did a few of those.
I feel like you're over 100. I don't know, but anyway.
Well, I only know this because you had to update the thumbnails. Okay. And it was like 20, 21, 22.
Okay, I'm
but it
off
feels
then.
like 100. It really does.
But it seems so successful. Like I follow your like Cyber Florida's LinkedIn, and I follow Do We Belong Here, and like the reach that you guys have seems so widespread, and that's exciting to me. For you to not be able to do it on social media, my big question is, how do you measure success? Because I look at numbers.
Yeah.
If the numbers aren't where I want them to be, I can get kind of depressed.
Right.
So, but you're not even not putting that much heavy focus on social media. The numbers must not like
No,
affect
honestly,
you as much as it would me. What is
no,
success
I don't
look
think
like?
it would. Like, I mean, the numbers are important to me. Obviously, I do want to be able to see how many people are listening and, you know, are we actually growing or are we staying the same or are we getting worse? Are people like not listening to us anymore? The numbers are very important to me in that regard, but it's not the way that I measure success. The way that I measure success when it comes to the podcast is, am I creating a safe space for people to come and be open and be vulnerable? Has, you know, anybody said that our podcast made a difference in their lives? Like, those are the things that really matter to me. And we have, you know, had many people reach out to us and say, this podcast has helped me so much. And like, you know, you helped me with this and helped me have this difficult conversation. And to me, like, that is why we do it. Like, that's the core of Do We Belong Here, is to be that safe space for people to feel like they can be their full selves and bring everything to the table, even the insecurities and all of the things. So it sounds so cheesy, but like if we're making a difference in somebody's life, to me, I'm like, we're successful, you know?
Wow. I don't think that sounds cheesy at all. I think that's amazing because, I mean, I've done content for so many different companies, and there's a lot of times where it's like, you know, does this person believe in it?
Yeah.
You know, as it's meant to be, or are they just looking to be viral?
To do it, yeah.
You know?
Just like, yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah, I am definitely the kind of person, like, I lead with my heart, and not always the best way to like go through life, but it's who I am. Like, it's who I am, and it's who I've always been, and that is really all I know how to do.